All right, guys, sit down here. We can have a conversation. I've already done my box squats for the day. You're about to watch those in a second. But I wanted to point something out at the beginning of this video, and I've discussed it before. On a completely separate video, several people have asked me about the benefits of doing high box squats, as well as asking why I squat so high, why I don't get anywhere near parallel, why I don't break parallel on box squats. And the quick and easy answer is I normally have most of my clients squat to somewhere around depth. I really prefer that they not go below depth. As long as they pause on the box. Now, I have never had an issue with any client training, raw or in gear, to pause on the box as I do and explode up, because that pause not only helps you learn to be reactive and be explosive, it's not only a tool, a diagnostic tool that I use to see where your strength and abilities are right now, but that pause on the box represents the time that it takes you to go ahead and continue to hit depth and to come back up. Plus, we're normally doing minimum sets of 2 on the box. In the competition, you're only doing a single. That's the short answer. The long answer is, who says I'm not hitting depth? Honest to goodness. So I'm going to walk you through, and I've already removed the bar. It would be a little bit easier if I had the bar on here. I've moved nothing. All I've done, I haven't even taken my briefs off or adjusted them or anything. I've added a light over there so you can see a little bit better from this angle. And I've got my drink here. But I've moved nothing else on the rack except for moving the bar and putting it back so you can see my big ugly face a little better. You can see the stance that I used. I've not moved the box. Let's see, lined it up. Was somewhere around in here. So let me get down to the box. Let me see. That's roughly where I am. Now I can't see the screen on the camera. I have no idea what this looks like, but this is roughly where I was. I feel like I was a little bit wider as well. I feel like I was a little bit around in here. So you're looking at this. Excuse me, I'm dying here. But clearly this is way above parallel, right? Right? Now what I want you to look at is, look at the safety pin right here on the rack, front to back. Now we can probably judge that I had this made halfway decent, and front to back, it's level with the floor, parallel to the floor. It's parallel. Now I'm guessing that when you're looking at this, now I want you to look at the front end of this versus the back end of this. Which is higher, the front or the back? I'm guessing the back appears on camera to be much higher than the front of this rack. Now let me get back in my stance here. Now what I want you to do, I want you to look at the distance, I'm guessing, look at the distance between my knee and the rack here versus my hip and the rack here. Is it a greater distance from here to here, or is it a greater distance from here to here? I don't know. I don't know. I make no claims that I'm below depth at all. My legs are getting tired. I'm not able to hold my legs out like I should to be able to get down there. I make no claims that this should be qualified as legal depth. It's nowhere near IPF depth. But we're just looking at SPF depth or strongman depth or anywhere near close to being parallel. And I want you to look at the difference, and I want to use some sense here. And when you're watching videos of powerlifters lift, and you say, man, that was nowhere near depth. Look at the difference between knee to hip and front of monolift to back of monolift. If the back of the monolift looks like this and their legs look like this, then they broke parallel, because that monolift was parallel on the floor, even though it looks like this. This is parallel, even though it looks like it's going up at an angle. This from here, well, top of the knee to the hip socket, however you want to read that. But measure it against something else in the photo or in the video that you know for a fact is parallel. So that's basically what you can look for in depth. And I know all this foam and everything makes everything look much, much different. Makes it look like I'm squatting even higher. The briefs, where they bunch up here, especially if I don't have a lot of light, if I don't arch hard, if I don't have a bar, if I don't push my knees out, it makes it look even worse. But all you have to do is be from the side just for a split second. See me break parallel or get anywhere close to it. For all my purposes, it works. So I hope this made some kind of sense because I can't see what I'm saying, and this may look really, really bad. I'm gonna leave it anyway. Anyway, guys, enjoy the squat session. I'm gonna do some hamstrings now that I'm done with squats, and then more squats. So let's get moving.
And the money, but all I've got to show.
I kill Robert Johnson. Whoa, give me a minute. Woo!
So I don't close no more. I cry like I've been missed.
High arches, go, baby!
Fun in that. With Spotify Premium, you can listen to millions of songs wherever, whenever, and however you want. Forget about skip limits, shuffle play, and
All right, guys, that was Wednesday. Not a bad day. Not a bad day. A little tired coming in. Could use a little bit extra sleep. Keep getting caught up on Wednesdays because I keep working so much. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then I worked before I came. And it was just, man, trying to keep up with family 24/7. The last 2 days, my wife has worked a ridiculous amount of hours. So she's needed me to take care of the kids. And man, that means I don't get to work. I didn't get to start to work until after 3 a.m. last night / this morning. And, it catches up with you. I came in and thought I would stick with raw box squats. Did my 3 plates, and just hips and glutes and hamstrings were just really, really tired. I don't think I was prepared physically or mentally to go at that point. So I took a few minutes, put my M-type briefs on, did a set with those, and everything felt pretty good. So I kind of went with it. I was halfway torn between max effort and dynamic effort today. So that kind of putting the briefs on kind of put me back towards the direction of max effort. So I just kept working up 5 plates plus the Mondo bands plus the heavy bands. That's still 950 at the top. And I can definitely feel it when I unrack it. The big difference, I don't think, was the briefs. The big difference was putting the belt on. Because when I'm unracking the lighter weight, when I'm unracking the raw weights without the belt, I just feel like, I can feel like my spine is compressing. Everything feels like it's just compressing down, and I can't get in the right position. I put the belt on. When I unrack it, everything feels tighter. And the M-type briefs, they come up several inches above the belly button. So if they're tight around your belly, that's like another layer of belt that starts, from upper thigh all the way to several inches above your belly button. So it's keeping everything kind of compact and compressed, which is quite nice. I worked up from there, decided to take the 4 plates, felt considerably slower. And then instead of putting on my Ace Pro briefs on top of that, which is what I did last week for the same weight, I decided to stick with the M-type briefs, and that would essentially be a PR. 5 plates plus 450 in bands for a single. And that would essentially be a PR because I'm wearing only the M-type briefs. After that, I did not do any good mornings. I did not do hamstrings. I went straight to the weightlifting squats, kept the M-type briefs on. A lot of people ask me on Instagram if the M-type briefs are good for raw lifters, and I keep saying yes, they are. So I hope that video helps you determine that. If I put my Ace Pro briefs on, I can't squat like that. They bunch up, even if they're big enough, they bunch up, and I have to greatly change my stance. It wants to pull my knees in or pull my knees out. And I have to force my knees out. I need to take a wider stance. My feet need to kind of turn out. With the M-type briefs on, they just provide compression throughout the thigh and throughout the hips, and they just wind you up as you go down a little bit. If you're a raw squatter and you don't need very much help, all you have to do is take the belly of the briefs. See if I can get this in the camera's view. Take the belly of the briefs and just pull them down to where your waistline is. So if you've got them tight on the upper thighs and the hips, pull the waistline down a little bit, and it won't help you quite as much if you're having issues getting down with lighter weights. I went up to, that was 70 kilos for 4 sets of 5. Last week was 3 sets of 5. Then 120, 160 for a double, and then 180 for a paused single, all with the briefs pulled down and no belt. Then I wanted to put the belt on. I wanted to pull the briefs up to see if I could still break depths. If I could still break depth, if a weightlifter or raw lifter could pull the briefs up and put the belt on and still hit depth. And I think I answered that. I hit depth with 70 kilograms, 154 pounds. With the empty bar, I had to bounce and relax and lose form and technique in order to break depth. but it can definitely be done. It can absolutely definitely be done, especially if you're having some kind of hip problem. M-type briefs, the way to go. So I'm getting out of here. I've got about 30 to 40 minutes to get home before my total time is up, maybe less. I need to look at a clock. But I'll do some hamstrings tonight, more abs, maybe some cardio with the family outside again. Tomorrow we'll wait and see. We might do some medley training outside, and then on Friday I will either be back here to do bench and incline bench, or I'll be doing some kind of pressing and arms, triceps at home, probably Sunday at home again. So we'll wait and see what happens, guys. But until then, I've got to recover. My legs are sore, been cramping for days. But I'm gaining weight, getting fat and proud. We'll see you guys on Friday. Have a good one, guys.